here are some interesting facts about November 20th throughout history. Revolution in Mexico, 1910. On November 20th, 1910, the Mexican Revolution began, a pivotal moment in Mexico's history. It started with a call to arms by Francisco Thirst Madero against the long-standing dictator Porfirio Diaz. As a woman living in these turbulent times, the air was thick with the scent of change. The streets buzzed with whispers of revolution as people yearned for democracy, land reforms, and social justice. The revolution drastically altered Mexican society, marking the end of an era and the birth of a new political landscape. Nuremberg Trials, 1945. This day in 1945 marked the beginning of the Nuremberg Trials, where key figures of Nazi Germany were tried for war crimes. As a witness to this historical event, I recall the somber atmosphere in the courtroom. The world watched as justice sought to prevail over the horrors of World War II. The trials set a precedent for international law, holding leaders accountable for crimes against humanity. Queen Elizabeth II's wedding, 1947. On November 20th, 1947, Queen Elizabeth II married Philip Mountbatten. From my perspective as a young woman witnessing the grandeur of this royal wedding, it was a fairy tale come to life. The ceremony, held at Westminster Abbey, captivated not just Britain but the entire world. Their marriage symbolized stability and continuity in the post-war era. UNESCO establishment, 1945, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, was founded on this day in 1945. As an educator and advocate for cultural preservation, the establishment of UNESCO was a beacon of hope. It promised to promote international collaboration through education, science, and culture, aiming to foster peace and security. Discovery of vitamin C, 1932. November 20th, 1932, marked the day when Hungarian scientist Albert Szent-Györgyi announced the discovery of vitamin C. As a researcher in the field of nutrition, this breakthrough was monumental. It not only shed light on the importance of this vitamin in preventing scurvy, but also paved the way for understanding the role of vitamins in human health. Microsoft Windows 1.0 release, 1985. The tech world witnessed a major milestone on November 20th, 1985, with the release of Microsoft Windows 1.0. As a computer enthusiast, I remember the excitement of exploring this new graphical interface, which transformed the way we interacted with computers and laid the groundwork for future innovations. Gettysburg Address, 1863. On this day in 1863, President Abraham Lincoln delivered the famous Gettysburg Address. As a citizen present at the Gettysburg Cemetery, I was moved by his brief but powerful speech. It redefined the purpose of the Civil War, emphasizing liberty, equality, and democracy. Linking of Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, 1914. The Panama Canal, a monumental engineering feat, officially opened on November 20th, 1914. Witnessing ships pass through the canal was awe-inspiring. It represented not just a triumph of engineering, but also a new era of global maritime trade. Seneca Falls Convention's Declaration, 1965. In 1965, the Seneca Falls Convention's Declaration, a pivotal document in the women's rights movement, was belatedly entered into the congressional record. As a woman and an advocate for gender equality, this inclusion was a symbolic victory, honoring the long struggle for women's suffrage and rights. Zumbi dos Palmares' death, 1695. Zumbi dos Palmares, a significant figure in Brazilian history and a symbol of resistance against slavery, was killed on November 20th, 1695. His death marked an end to a significant chapter in the fight against colonial oppression. As a descendant of slaves, this date is a solemn reminder of the struggle for freedom and justice. German occupation of France ends, 1944. On November 20th, 1944, the German occupation of France ended with the liberation of Strasbourg. As a French woman who lived through the occupation, the day was filled with mixed emotions, relief, joy, and a sense of profound loss for what had been endured. The city's liberation symbolized the end of a dark chapter and the beginning of a long journey toward healing and rebuilding. First GM car, 1928. General Motors introduced its first automobile, the LaSalle, on November 20th, 1928. As a woman keenly interested in the automotive industry, this event signified the dawn of modern automotive design and engineering. The LaSalle, with its stylish looks and advanced features, set new standards in the car market. Birth of Robert F. Kennedy, 1925, November 20th, 1925, marked the birth of Robert F. Kennedy, a prominent American politician and brother to President John F. Kennedy. As a political activist, I admired Kennedy for his commitment to social justice and civil rights. His birth anniversary is a reminder of his impactful, though tragically short, political career. First complete performance of Ravel's Bolero, 1928. Maurice Ravel's Bolero had its first complete performance on this day in 1928. As an admirer of classical music, I recall being mesmerized by its repetitive rhythm and gradual crescendo, a bold departure from traditional compositions. Bolero's premiere marked a significant moment in the history of classical music. Battle of Taranto, 1940. The Battle of Taranto, a pivotal naval engagement of World War II, occurred on November 20th, 1940. As a woman whose family was directly affected by the war, this battle represented a turning point in naval warfare, proving the effectiveness of naval aircraft against ships and altering naval tactics forever. First, ARPANET link established, 1969. On November 20th, 1969, the first permanent ARPANET link was established. As a woman in the field of computer science, this moment was foundational. ARPANET would eventually evolve into the Internet, forever changing how we communicate, access information, and interact with the world. Birth of Edwin Hubble, 1889. Celebrated astronomer Edwin Hubble was born on this day in 1889. His discoveries, especially regarding the expanding universe, fascinated me as an aspiring astronomer. Hubble's work not only changed our understanding of the cosmos, but also inspired generations to look up at the stars with wonder and curiosity. First International Day of Industrial Workers of the World, 1905. November 20th, 1905, was the first celebration of the International Day of Industrial Workers of the World. As a labor rights advocate, this day symbolizes the struggle and solidarity of workers worldwide, striving for fair wages, safe working conditions, and the right to unionize. Debut of the Milli Vanilli scandal, 1990. The music world was shaken on November 20th, 1990, when it was revealed that Milli Vanilli, a popular music duo, had been lip-syncing. As a music fan who experienced this scandal, it highlighted the often deceptive nature of the music industry and prompted a reevaluation of authenticity in pop culture. First American Woman in Space, 1983. Dr. Sally Ride, the first American woman in space, made her second spaceflight aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery on November 20th, 1983. As a woman and a science educator, Dr. Ride's journey was more than a space mission. It was a symbol of breaking barriers and inspiring young girls to pursue careers in STEM fields. If you like what you have heard, please like and subscribe for more content like this, and remember, stay curious, my friends.